All aboard! All aboard! Ah, well, hello there. So, you're getting on this train, huh? You know, I've been conducting this train for a good couple of years now. Been through a lot with her. I remember the "I got nothing up my butt" incident back in 2019. There was also the Florida man who threw a Bible at a police officer. Oh, and don't get me started about the year 2020. Oh, boy. So listen, if you're new here, I gotta read this this piece of paper for you. It's sort of a legal thing, you know. Here we go. Warning. The following show may feature some adult language and adult scenarios that are not suitable for those under the age of 18 to 21 years old. If you are under this age, please consult your parents and or legal guardians for permission to listen to this show. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Well, with that out of the way, will you still be getting on? Excellent. Well, let me just punch your ticket for you. And welcome to Trademark's Trainwreck.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Christ alive. Are you going to do this every time, Greymane? Is this just going to be a thing?
You want content, right?
Yeah.
Every time I can get away with it.
Good evening, passengers, and welcome to tonight's episode of Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio. With me here tonight is the ever-babbling Greymane.
Babble, 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 babble.
We also have the Fangirl with us tonight.
Yo.
And Sherlock.
I made it before the halfway point.
Hello.
So, how's your week been so far, folks?
I can't speak of what my week has been so far. I'm in the middle of a trial, so
I'm working on learning my voice completely. And so far, this is about
Right now, my fiance is about to go after our cat because she's picking at stuff she shouldn't be picking at.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Fanny and her fiance, who you can hear in the background, they have a cat who likes to eat books.
No, she likes to eat books and carpet. She likes to eat cardboard, and we feed her. We feed her very well. We feed her flipping good cat food, but sometimes even when she's got food in her bowl, she will kick at her bowl as if it is empty and complain.
Yep. That's a cat.
Okay.
She is already a chunky cat. We don't want her to be super chunky. That's not healthy.
She's not even a year old yet, you said.
Yes, but she's already chunky.
That's
Maybe
a cat.
she's got pica.
No, she's got catitis.
My daughter has pica, actually.
Potentially. So next time we have a chance, we're going to have her checked out and see what's in that tummy. Because we know it ain't kittens. She's fixed. But yeah, other than that, I have a story, an interesting story from my job.
Yes.
I'd love to share it with you all.
What is this gerb you speak of?
It's how I make money and I'm able to afford a place that I live in as well as to have a cat to feed.
Yep.
Okay.
So go on, tell us the story.
All right. listen to the tale. Names of places will be changed. Text the stupid and the tweet. So get ready, folks. Here is a lovely story from the world of retail here in the Midwest. So, as you know, or probably don't know, I am in the lease to own business. Let's call my place of work Rent World. So Rent World is pretty good with their prices and stuff, and we try to be kind and helpful to our customers. And then sometimes weird shit happens. So on this particular day, I think it was either last week or the week before, Big Boss is away at other stores. Boss is out sick because of food poisoning, and Mini Boss is having their day off. So the only 3 people left in the store are myself. Yes, I am the fangirl. As well as 2 gentlemen whom I will call from here on out Rocksteady and Jumpman. Jumpman because, frankly, he looks like Mario. And Rocksteady because dude does not let shit phase him if he can help it. So
I could have sworn you were going to go with Bebop for the other name, but okay.
Yeah.
So me and Rocksteady are the ones left at the store while Jumpman jumps into the delivery truck and takes deliveries out to various customers. This day has been a clusterfuck because as soon as the Big Boss left the store to go tend to all their other regional and district assigned stores, we were left in charge. And at first things were good, but then for us, the store, things went crazy with people coming in to make payments, people buying stuff, people returning stuff that they bought 5 minutes ago, and everything else that you would associate with retail.
Fire Nation attacks, that sort of thing.
Yes.
Damn it.
Meanwhile, Jumpman is making deliveries. Eventually, Jumpman gets to the final delivery of the night, a delivery that the customer themselves insisted be the last one. The appliances are taken to a not so, well, let's just call it a questionable part of town, where the house lots are honestly a jumbo of miscommunication in of themselves, so it's hard to pinpoint the right location anyway. But Google Maps says to Jumpman that they have done the warp portal right to the right spot. So Jumpman jumps out the truck, goes to the door of the designated house, knocks, and a man whom I will call Tweaker from now on answers. Jumpman asks the pertinent questions. Hello, sir. Are you valued customer? Tweaker replies they are, and that Mrs. Valued Customer is also home and inside. After validating, then Jumpman asks, is this the place of residence of Valued Customer and Mrs. Valued Customer? To which the Tweaker replies, yes, it is. This is totally that place.
Totally.
So Jumpman goes through all the necessary things that we are told to say and ask before making the delivery, but of course Jumpman has questions. Still, technically everything has been verified. So Tweaker signs the delivery receipt. Jumpman takes the appliances off the truck, puts them in the abode, and then returns to the store. And proceeds to tell us about the bad feeling that he got. Alright, once Jumpman has said this, the phone rings. It is Mrs. Valued Customer. Well, you know where the hell their shit is. We confirm with both Jumpman and the computer and the Valued Customer that we had the right address on file. We confirm that they do live in the general area. But Rocksteady asks for a picture, if possible, of the outside of Valued Customer's home, just to make sure they got the right one. No, we did not.
Yep.
They are in Valued Customer and Mrs. Valued Customer live up the road from Tweaker. So unfortunately, the customer also also overhears Jumpman mention they signed the receipt, to which valued customer comes over the phone and says, "I'm pressing charges. That's fraud." Not on our wonderful rent world, of course, but on Tweaker.
Yep.
So Rocksteady, of course, being calm and true to his name, Rocksteady, tells the customer, "Don't worry, we are on our way right now." This, of course, happened right as we were about to close anyway. So we finish closing. We finish closing. I go home, and I come back and find out later the following details. That one, Rocksteady and Jumpman get to the abode to the incorrect abode and discover lots of cop cars.
Whoop whoop.
The landlord in charge of the Akimbo housing area is pissed. Valued customer and Mrs. Valued customer are pissed. And of course, Tweaker is still tweaking and attempts to flee. But their car won't start because it's been snowing.
Yeah.
So in a fit of drug-induced brilliance, Tweaker jumps out the car, barefoot mind you, and hoofs it. For those of you curious, Tweaker has since been properly arrested, at least as far as I'm aware. The valued customers did get their proper appliances back, as well as, and we're trying to work with them on some other forms of compensation just to ensure their continued patronage with us. And of course, we are very apologetic for what happened, but still, it was the craziest night I've had thus far. And I can only say this: Rocksteady, yes, did a bang up job keeping calm and doing what needed to be done. Jumpman, I feel bad, but Jumpman has now learned that all customers are what, but we has learned, and Boss Man has confirmed it with us, that from now on we will call the customer before we leave, and if we have any questions or doubt where we are, we will call the customer. We will find a place to stop first, call the customer and say, "Hi, I'm having trouble finding your place. Can you come out and wave to me or give me better directions to where you're at?"
Yeah.
So yeah, we have all learned from this experience, but damn, was it insane.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful.
Lovely story worthy of the train wreck.
I had to save it just for you.
So real quick before I do the obligatory spiel, I got to give a shout out to at real Leroy Luna on Twitter, who is the host of a podcast called "Excuse Me, That's Illegal." This is a podcast that you can find on Apple iTunes or wherever you get your podcast that covers all of the softcore crimes. So all the little things like this past he posts on the 10th of every month. So on the 30th of January, he posted this story about some jerkwads who were stealing the profits of the Girl Scouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty low.
Yeah, it is pretty low. Yeah.
There are all sorts of other hilarious crimes of varying scales of weird and stupid and even disgusting at times. And recently, he's been doing a segment called Let's Get Criminal, where you can submit your personal story of how you were involved in some form of softcore crime. And recently, on that Girl Scout episode, your boy shared a little story that I personally call the Wyoming incident. I've shared it with my co-host, and I'm so happy that it's out there in the world right now. So if you want to listen to me tell my story on that show, and also to hear all the content that Leroy Luna posts every 10th of the month, so 10th, 20th, and 30th, depending on which month, just look up "Excuse Me, That's Illegal" on Apple iTunes podcasts or wherever you get your podcast content. So let's begin the pre-show spiel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trademark's Trainwreck, a show that featured on Celestia Radio, all Phantom all the time. We're currently doing our little pre-show ramble, after which we do a musical interlude, After that, we cover the softcore crimes and just softcore stuff in general. After that, we do another musical interlude, our final one for the night, and cover the hardcore material. And oh boy, I've got content this week for y'all. I have content. But before we get to the content, it's time for our first break, unless any of y'all have anything to say.
Nope.
Nothing from me.
Well,
Brussels sprouts.
Thank you, Greymane. Thank you for your participation. In that case, let us begin our first break for the night. We'll be right back on Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio, all fandom all the time. Except when it's tweakers in the snow.
Tweakers in the snow.
You can make a song out of that.
You can actually make a song out of that.
Probably.
Chaotic fun!
Jesus Christ. Welcome back, everybody, to Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio, all fandom all the time. It's time to start this softcore
There's no
material.
fun here. This is looking at the worst of humanity.
Well, let us start this show off proper by taking a look at the softcore material. I don't know who was here for an article last year in the pre-YouTube days, but you remember that time where a court leaked a test as to whether or not their systems...
Yes. I know, that's the one where it had, like, the test data in it.
Thank you, yes.
We're talking about...
They basically had the format for court documents, but instead of, like, actual people's names, they had, like, Bugs Bunny and all that shit.
Yep.
Well, we got something from Texas here, where they mistakenly issued an Amber Alert for Chucky doll and his missing son.
You know, I see an Amber Alert for Chucky. Okay, I'm not going out and looking for him. I'm sorry.
Let me
Yeah,
see,
nobody
if I can
is.
do my best Brad Dorff. I have a date with a 6-year-old boy.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Anywho.
Chaotic fun!
Anywho. The Texas Alert System mistakenly issued an Amber Alert for Chucky, the murderous doll from the Child's Play series, and his fictional son, Glenn Ray, on Friday morning, January 29th, 2021. As uncanny as it sounds, images of the false alert describe Chucky as a, quote, suspect in the supposed, quote, disappearance of Glenn, who is listed as the, quote, abducted child. Even stranger, the alert used images of the dolls, describing them both in complete detail. Chucky is listed as a 28-year-old with red or auburn hair and his blue eye standing at 3'1", with weighing 16 pounds, and described his race as other doll.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In additional information about the doll, the alert notes Chucky's infamous attire. Blue denim overalls with multicolored striped long-sleeve shirt wielding a huge kitchen knife.
I bet you, here's the thing, though, that really upsets me about this, is that you know for a fact that there's some fucking Texans out there who got alerted to this, and they're taking it dead serious.
Yes,
Oh.
That's the sad part about this.
Yeah. Similarly,
They never saw the movie. Or they did and forgot, and they're just associating Amber Alert with trying to do the right thing, or like we'll save that poor child. Looks like we got us a dwarf that kidnapped his son.
Either
Next
that or
time-
this was a training. Oh, either that or this was a training session that went wrong.
yeah.
If you're going to do test data, people, okay, don't use well-known figures. Use a garden gnome. Garden gnome. Nobody is going to mistake a garden gnome for anything but a garden gnome. Okay?
So, similarly, Glenn...
You might as well have put a Ken doll in there and said, no, this is a white male.
This is a white male with blonde hair, no visible nipples or genitalia.
Genitalia. You're right, exactly. You know,
well, sadly, that's not the case with Chucky, because similarly, Glenn is described as being 5 years old, white, weighing 6 pounds, and standing at 2'3". As moviegoers go, Chucky's son was introduced in the 2004 horror film Seed of Chucky. Let's just put quotations around the word horror for that entry.
The Child's Play series haven't been horror since I don't know, I'm being generous in saying the third one.
Bless their heart, they tried with the later entries, but anywho,
I've never had the impetus to see any of them, to be honest.
I mean, when they had like Chucky fucking his ex-girlfriend in their doll forms, I'm just like, done.
Yeah, no. So, although Texas's Department of Public Safety stated that the alert was the result of a test malfunction, local outlets report that subscribers of the Texas alert system were alerted 3 separate times via email. This alert is a result of a test malfunction, the Texas DPS shared in a statement. We apologize for the confusion this may have caused and are diligently working to ensure that this does not happen again. Sure.
Of course.
You know what this is? This is they're having an issue with the system. Okay, but this is just my guess at it. They're having an issue with the system. The test guy, the IT guy working with this test system, forgot to unhook the last part of it, because these things are done in stages. Okay, where you have the email server or the alert server that triggers the email server and triggers the the text server, the SMS server, and blah blah blah, and they're all separate modules. The IT guy forgot to disconnect the last part of it, saying, transmit all this. That's what they forgot to do, and we get this wonderful stuff.
Oops.
Oops.
Wah, wah, wah. All right, moving on.
Moving on with all the enthusiasm of a death march.
Well, Chucky does kind of suck the life out of the party.
Oh, boo. Boo this man. It's not even right according to the franchise, but boo this man anyway. Anyway.
Let's go. Come on.
Okay. I got a more comedic one for you now. Geez. We have come across all kinds of criminals getting pulled over and then having drugs revealed, and they come up with the wildest, wackiest excuses, don't they? This next one is a new one on me. Drug suspect claimed heroin was laxative. So, this happened the week of February 1st, 2021. An ex-con facing a felony narcotics caller insisted to, surprise, surprise, Florida police. He insisted to Florida police that the substance he found in...
Seriously, guys. Seriously.
He insisted...
It's in the water. That's all we can come up with.
He insisted that the substance he was found in possession of was not heroin, but rather a chocolate laxative, according to an arrest report.
Did it taste?
Was it black tar heroin then? Because
did it have a chocolate smell?
Well, here's the thing, and I'm skipping down to the part where the article explains this. Apparently, due to its color and texture, black tar heroin can sometimes resemble dark chocolate or fudge. Was it black tar heroin that he had? Well, let's find out. Stephen Copland, 29, was driving near his home in Crestview Saturday afternoon when he was pulled over for an expired vehicle registration. A subsequent search of the auto turned up an assorted drug paraphernalia, oxycodone pills, and a plastic bag full of methamphetamine residue. Cops also discovered 26 grams of heroin under the driver's seat and 1 gram on the passenger's side floorboard, according to the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. Copland, however, denied he was holding heroin, instead claiming that the substance was a chocolate laxative, a la X-Lax. Copland did not offer an explanation as to why some of the purported laxative was stashed under a seat. Yeah, here's the thing. Typically, when you need to have a laxative, you want that shit ready to go. You don't hide it. Not unless you're embarrassed. So yeah, I'm gonna...
Everybody poop.
Everybody poop. I'm gonna link an image to both my co-hosts here in the chat, as well as I'm gonna put it up on the video version of YouTube. So we're taking a look at black tar heroin right here.
Look, it looks like a brownie.
Yeah, it kind of does. It just
or a dog nugget, one of the two.
Or a dog nugget. It is a brown lump. We'll say that. So it could have been feasible if it was black tar heroin, but I mean they'll still run a field test to make sure that it's not laxative, which I assume they did. So arrested on multiple felony drug charges, Copeland was booked into the county jail where he is being held on $15,000 bond. Sorry, I slipped there. So, Copeland's rap sheet includes convictions for grand theft, heroin possession, probation violation, and methamphetamine possession. He was sentenced in May 2019 to 18 months in prison on the theft and drug charges. He was released from custody last May. I admire your creativity, but I'm just gonna put a message out there to anyone who is going to potentially go out there with drugs on their possession and try to pretend that it's, no, officer, this isn't black tar heroin, this is a laxative. No, officer, that's not meth, that is flour. I'm going to my friend's house to bake a cake.
It never
He
works.
probably would have gotten more. He probably would have convinced them better if he said, "No, that's salt."
Yeah,
this is salt.
This is my message to all those people who are potentially going to do that. Just don't. It's never going to work. Cops always have equipment on them to perform field tests to detect whether or not you're lying. Just tell the truth.
Unless the cop is exceedingly lazy
or stupid.
Yeah, just tell the truth. You're still going to be in trouble, but if you tell the truth, you're going to be in less trouble.
Agreed. And no, I'm not going to tell you how he should have done this.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'll tell you off the air.
I am concerned about you, Gray. I honestly am.
My sister. Okay, let's make this a little easier. My sister worked at the county clerk's office in the local county courthouse. So I have some more information than most normal people do. Just like Shirley has some more information.
I feel like Gray has a fucking like drawer in his desk that has this just files of like, all right, you need to get away with this crime. Okay, I'll help you out here. Getting away with possession of drugs.
The only thing I have even close to that is my lock picks, which are on the top shelf. Okay, which I can only get in trouble with if I carry them on my person and get stopped and searched. Okay, because that's possession of thieves' tools in the state of Illinois. Although they would have a hard time proving intent with just carrying those around.
Time for our penultimate softcore article for tonight. Oh, we got another Florida man. We have
Florida man.
We have peak Florida man. This one comes with his own costume.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not shitting. So
pictures.
Oh, I've got better for you. I've got video. I'm not gonna show it in I'm not gonna show it in the YouTube version. Cause I don't know how fucking picky YouTube is about.
They're very picky about that stuff.
They're extremely very picky about it.
So I'm just gonna describe what my co-hosts are gonna be seeing. we have a video which shows Florida man wearing a garbage bags, torching Waste Pro trucks and building.
If it'll load.
Oh,
It's a security cam footage. Yay!
Yay! So, this comes from Broward County, Florida, where Florida man has struck again, this time targeting garbage trucks in Broward County. A man was seen wearing black garbage bags and goggles at the Waste Pro facility in Pompano Beach on October 18th, according to deputies. Investigators said the man set fire to the gate and let himself in, then walked toward the rear of the property alongside the garbage trucks with what appeared to be a gas canister. Video recorded at the building shows that the man... Video recorded at the building shows the man lighting a garbage truck on fire, then torching several more as he made his way toward the front gate. Before leaving, the video shows him putting a clear bottle of liquid inside a building, which he then also set on fire. The subject is then seen leaving the compound through the gate and fleeing in a black sedan, say the local deputies. There was an additional white SUV-type vehicle that was being used as a possible lookout in the area. Rewards totaling $10,000 is being offered for any information that leads authorities to this man. There is a reward of $3,000 from Crime Stoppers for tips that lead to an arrest. Additionally, there is a $7,000 reward being offered by Waste Pro. So if you're
2 minutes before you see the guy on film, by the way, the 2-minute mark.
Ah, yeah, there. Oh my god!
No, trash man.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my god.
Oh dear lord, he reminds me of that Achievement Hunter character, Garbro Man.
Oh god.
Oh man. So yeah,
see, he's walking around in Florida in just trash bags. That's gotta be miserable.
Trash bags and goggles. Granted, it's at night.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's
it doesn't
humid.
matter.
It's humid. He's lucky if he isn't going to come home with palmetto bugs in his bags.
I don't understand though. This article was published on January 27th, 2021. Yet this is talking about an incident that occurred on October 18th. Maybe they're just releasing this information to the public because investigators are stumped?
Probably. That's usually how it goes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, if you live in Florida...
he's, just so methodical about this. He's just casually walking up.
Just walking around this place, setting shit on fire.
You know what? I gotta give him props because that is
my lord,
unremarkable. That's an unremarkable costume. Okay, you're not going to be able to give a good description to it. What is it? Oh, there's a guy in a bunch of trash bags with goggles. So that's not, and that's why we're getting this video is because this guy can't be identified, and they're hoping somebody was there at the time or knows something.
So I want to point out, if you're watching the video by accessing the links to the articles, which will be in the description below, go to 4 minutes and 16 seconds, and bada boom.
Yep, I'm waiting for it. Ooh, look at that. Things are starting to smoke.
Yeah, that... Oh, dear lord.
Man, he's even casually walking away from the thing as he's like, well, just
look at that.
Set the thing up.
Guys don't look at explosions. What is this guy's deal?
Shot in the dark.
Ex-employee?
Probably an employee that got fired.
Yeah, the disgruntled comes to mind.
Oh,
he's either disgruntled employee, or he's someone that this company has fucked with for years.
Yeah.
Okay.
He could be a resident that is just really sick and tired of the trash of the waste company's bullshit.
What bothers me is that he managed to find a way to get into the break room of this place. So unless that door that he went through is just a simple fucking door without any added security beyond a simple lock, this guy... I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much.
If they have, a third shift or something, or if there's a security guard in the building further along in the building, then that door might be open. I can see that. I can see that door being open. I can also see that being one of the infamous credit card doors where you can just swipe a fucking credit card into it and pop it open, because those exist.
Yeah, that could be it.
This is a man.
Not the snack and cola machine. Those are vintage.
This is a man who learned from Darth Vader. Okay.
What?
Now, if any of you are wondering what I'm talking about, years ago there was a guy who put on the top half of a Darth Vader costume, okay, and just wore jeans and sneakers, okay, as the bottom half. And he walked in and he robbed 2 banks dressed as that, okay? To this day, he has never been caught. Why? Because what are you going to tell the police? Okay? Well, Darth Vader was just in here and he robbed the bank, okay? Unless you catch him coming out of that costume, you're never gonna find him. This guy's the same way. This guy's the same way. What's, who robbed who's this on the footage? Well, it's a bunch of trash bags with some goggles. So it's the exact same sort of anonymity that that's gonna get this guy.
Not many people like to talk about the Darth Vader bank robber. I mean,
no,
like,
because
here's the thing, like the FBI likes to say, you rob a bank, you'll always get caught. Bullshit.
That's not true.
Anywho, like I said, if you're in the Broward County of Florida and you got any information, you can find the numbers to contact the Broward Sheriff's Office Violent Crimes detective, as well as the Broward Crime Stoppers, in the article link, which again is in the description below. And finally, we have...
it's also the perfect camouflage. Sorry, I just want to finish this up. Perfect camouflage, because if you're fleeing the scene, and then all of a sudden, like PD, sirens and lights are coming in the distance, you can just put yourself on a curb and huddle up in a ball. People think you're just trash waiting to be picked up the next day.
That honestly, that could work, and honestly, that would work in places like Japan and some places in Europe. New York City, that would work in New York City on trash day. Okay, you would probably get nibbled to death by rats, but you could do that. So
now you're playing Transformers: The Real Game. Anywho,
a Solid Snake can use a fucking
cardboard
box.
We got our...
All right, let's move on to the last one.
Our final softcore article for the night, and I could not resist this one. This one. Oh, this one. I don't know how to describe it. I got no segue. I got no way of fucking holding back anything. Just here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Penis Man today. Specifically...
Penis Man.
Arrested Arizona penis man claims there are more penis men like him.
What?
So before you jump to any
We're
conclusions,
gonna need some context.
Yeah, let me just give you the context, please. This happened the week. This happened the week of. Oh, that's weird. January 20th. January 28th, 2020. That might be a typo, but. Fuck it.
It's a typo.
It's a typo.
Oh no, the tweet is January 26th, 2020. Fuck it, I'm gonna talk about it anyway, because this is still funny. Last year, many believed that the infamous Penis Man graffiti artist who tagged dozens of spots in Arizona was brought to heavy-handed justice by temp police on Thursday. This is my favorite quote of the article here. But containing the spirit of Penis Man will be much harder than anyone would have expected.
I'm Penis Man.
According to the Phoenix New Times, a man named Dustin Schumer posted on Facebook that Saturday morning that he was arrested in his Phoenix condo by a SWAT team. Okay, I want you to keep in mind, this is This is for someone who is allegedly tagged places with graffiti art. A SWAT team was sent to get a graffiti artist. They raided my condo and vehicle and swarmed my entire complex in West Phoenix with 25 heavily armed SWAT officers and pointed a silenced assault rifle in my face, he wrote. He was booked.
Bullshit.
He was booked on 16 counts of aggravated criminal damage, 8 counts of criminal damage, and 1 count of criminal trespassing, all related to incidents where he spray-painted Penis Man on various buildings and objects. But is Schumer the Penis Man?
There's a follow-up story. Here, hold on.
Ooh. I will get to that once I'm finished here.
I'm honestly gonna, yeah.
Go ahead.
Like, finish up, Trade.
So is Schumer the Penis Man, the one that's been tagging spots across the state for 2 months and captured nationwide attention? Schumer says no, but he's just a follower who did a few of the tagging. I'm not the original. There are hundreds of copycats. We are legion. That's not a quote, that's just me fucking around. There are hundreds of copycats with very distinctively different handwriting. So let's take a look at... Let's take a look at this follow-up article that Gray just gave me. So, what happened to 2020's viral Penis Man? This is updated. Yes, this is January 23rd, 2021. Thank you, Gray. Currently, Mr. Schumer is awaiting sentencing in February, so this month, after his trial was canceled following a change of plea. Dustin Schumer, 39, faced a total of 33 charges, including criminal damage, aggravated criminal damage, and trespassing. In the weeks leading up to Schumer's January 23rd, 2020 arrest, photos of the graffiti in which the words Penis Man appeared to be spray-painted on buildings throughout Tempe, which were shared on Tempe. Well, apparently Gershwin is spelled Gershuni, so fuck words. So, this viral sensation took off from there, even inspiring, oh my god, Penis Man merchandise.
That's not surprising at all.
I mean, no, it's not. But still, it's just fucking funny. What do you want for your birthday? I want Penis Man t-shirt. So,
right, I just gotta tell you why some of this is bullshit.
Well, yes.
Either the guy actually didn't know what was on the end of those rifles, or he's embellishing some of the claims. Arizona may be crazy and maybe Wild West, and may have a Wild West mentality when it comes to our guns, but the Tempe SWAT does not put silencers on its semi-automatic assault rifles. That's illegal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
we're not allowed to do that.
I think the SWAT part of this is a wee bit exaggerated.
Oh no, I believe that. I totally I immediately buy that Phoenix PD sent SWAT to go deal with a guy who was tagging municipalities and court buildings. I totally believe that.
You too can get a Penis Man wife beater.
Yes, you can. So, in a post on a downtown Tempe community Facebook group after his January arrest, Schumer admitted he, quote, spent the last 24 hours in Tempe and Phoenix police custody for spraying Penis Man. He said SWAT officers, yes, we already know that. Tempe police at the time did not address Schumer's claims when he asked by the local news. Schumer started a GoFundMe in January to offset his legal fees that raised just under $3,400 of a $10,000 goal. Several donors responded to the fundraisers with comments such as #FreePenisMan and we are all Penis Man.
Oh, man.
I'm Spartacus.
And that's our title of the episode. We are all Penis Man.
Okay.
Oh, God. Best of luck to you, penis man and your fucking penile legion. Oh, God. Okay. That's the last softcore article for the night, I think. I think it's time for us to take a break. Oh, God. Just...
Yeah.
just... penis man. We'll be right back, folks. You're listening to Trademark Trainwreck on Celestia Radio, all Phantom all the time. Except when we are all penis man. Welcome back, passengers, to Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio, all Phantom all the time. It's time to start the hardcore material. Boy. Well, we're starting with drugs again. And we're starting with people that are making excuses. The reason why this particular case is in the hardcore material is because of the sheer amount that this guy tried to get away with. And the fucking excuse he had is just wow. And guess what? It's another Florida story.
Is it not?
Orlando airport passenger busted trying to board plane with 22 pounds of meth.
See,
Wow.
I should have bet it. I knew it was going to be meth.
It's
But
always
also,
meth.
22 pounds?
That's impressive. That's like
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking meth.
Yeah.
That's a lot of meth.
A lot of meth.
Or as some people in Florida like to call it, Tuesday.
That's a fucking bowling ball worth of meth.
Yeah. So, what was this guy's excuse? Well, let's find out. This happened the week of February 2nd, 2021, by the way. Orlando,
So just
Florida.
yesterday.
A passenger at Orlando International Airport, been there before, who attempted to board a plane with 22 pounds of meth, crystal meth, by the way, and $900 in cash, claimed the drugs weren't his. Well, this ain't mine. These drugs aren't mine.
Oh my god.
Police said a TSA agent spotted passenger Eli Brown at gate 35 around 8 a.m. on January 22nd and stopped him for a random bag check before he could board his flight to Louisville, Kentucky. Inside the bag, police said the agent found 22 vacuum-sealed bags wrapped in white clothing that each contained a pound of meth and $900 in cash. Brown, 46, claimed... I want you all to brace for this fucking story. I want you all to brace yourselves for this. This guy claimed the bag wasn't his and that he fell asleep at the gate after flying in from Los Angeles, and when he woke up, the bag was next to him and he assumed it was his since he traveled with an identical bag.
Well, that's an excuse. Definitely an excuse.
It's not one that works.
Okay,
Really
first of all, if you're gonna fall asleep at an airport, who leaves their bag not tied to them?
Yeah, I always wrap mine around my leg.
I
Right.
keep mine in my lap. Fuck
Yeah,
being
I use
comfortable,
mine as a
I'm being
pillow.
secure.
Right.
When
Just-
I
So-
used the few times I traveled via plane when I had a carry-on of any sort, I just put the dang thing in the fucking overhead, and then
No,
I
like
Oh,
in
no,
the
we're not.
airport. Fanny.
Right. But
Yeah,
this
we're
is
not
in the
talking about on the
airport.
plane. This is at the gate.
at the gate. Yeah, I keep my carry-on bag fucking on me like it's a backpack. I carry it.
Yeah,
Right.
just so
Second, who's? I know some of us are hoarders and have carried book bags, but who carries a 22-pound backpack?
right.
Okay.
Yeah. You haven't been to college in a while, have you?
I mean, she's got you there.
No, when I went to college, I carried what is now loosely known as a burrito bag, okay, aka a gym bag, and it was solidly filled with textbooks. So yes,
Same.
I understand completely what you're talking about.
Oh, man.
But yeah, still 22 pounds.
22 pounds at an airport. There's a reason why
this
they
isn't
have
my
you.
bag.
There's a reason why they have you put your bag on a scale. Like,
Yeah, there's also like cameras everywhere. So why would he lie?
yeah.
For real, like, and if those things, if you could get through with those things, there's still the fucking X-ray.
It's not like
Yeah.
you're
Well,
part.
wait, was he like? Did he show up at the airport to like catch a flight, or was he changing? Was he changing flights?
Well, according to him,
Or was
he.
you know,
According to him, he had flown in from Los Angeles, and he was about to board for a flight to Louisville, Kentucky.
Here's the thing: if he managed to do that, then he managed to sneak it past the LAX security team first.
Like,
which says a lot.
here's the thing: he tried to pitch this like it was some sort of like heist/spy movie where an unwitting suspect is an unwitting innocent person is a drug mule, and they switch the bag on him while he's asleep, or some shit.
That's not my bag.
That's not my bag.
You know, in all fairness, this has happened to people. Okay, this has happened to people, but it's fucking rare. You don't do that because you're taking a risk with your $1 million worth of drugs.
Yes.
Yeah, how are you going to get it back?
How are you going to get it back? Okay, you know, unless you know somebody in the TSA evidence locker, which is not unheard of. But
yeah, those guys don't get paid enough.
Right. The only other issue I have here, I'm not buying his claim. Okay, I'm not.
No, of course not.
I have an issue with how he was randomly picked for the random check. Okay, so I would like more information on that simply because he is black. Okay, and I know the TSI profiles. Okay, in this case, yeah, they caught a criminal. Okay, you know, but we're
talking one in several hundred.
Yeah.
When they profile folk.
Right, and TSA is security theater anyway. I mean, there have been people that get on flights, go to the other end of the flight, get off on flight, get on Facebook and say, "Hey, look what I got through with my carry-on," and they do that. I mean, there's a whole group of people that just do that sort of shit, and you know, he was probably very, very profiled. Okay, in this case, their gut instinct was correct. Okay. Mm-hmm. But in the most cases, I wouldn't trust the TSA to security their way out of a paper bag. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, as a man who does security like every single day, I know how to sneak shit past people, and I know that TSA doesn't think of the shit that I think of.
Moving on.
Yes, please.
Moving on. Well, man. I got another story for you. I'm trying to figure out a proper fucking segue. All I can think of is, you remember the Totally Not Creepy at All cartoons where, like, some young boys in high school just fantasize about what it's like in the women's locker room and all that?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Totally not creepy at all, right, Fanny? This is what that sort of shit culminates into. We got an alleged peeping Tom who fell through ceiling into women's locker room, who was thankfully arrested.
Is this not high school or a gym?
Let's find out. This happened the week of January 31st, 2021. A man who fell through the ceiling and into the women's locker room at a gym, there you go, was held there by patrons until authorities could arrest him. The incident happened at approximately 1:16 p.m. when deputies from the Stafford County Sheriff's Office received a report from One Life Fitness in Stafford, Virginia, that a man had fallen through the ceiling of the women's locker room and fell onto a woman below, according to a statement from the Stafford County Sheriff's Office.
That sucks for her. I feel bad for that girl.
Now, thankfully, before anyone asks, the woman, who was uninjured, so she's fine, everyone, she, along with several other patrons of the gym, then cornered the suspect, who was later named as 41-year-old Brian Anthony Joe, and held him in place until law enforcement arrived to arrest him. The female was checked for injuries by rescue personnel on the scene, but she was not transported, said Stafford County Sheriff's Office. The suspect fell approximately 10 feet and was not injured. Deputies subsequently processed the scene for evidence, and Joe was detained and interviewed by by detectives before announcing early Sunday morning that Joe was being charged with burglary, 3 counts of peeping or spying into a building, and vandalism. It is unclear how long Joe had been engaged in this specific alleged act for... sorry, one more try. It is unclear how long Joe had been engaged in this specific alleged act for, or if he had done it prior to this incident. He's being held without bond.
Oh, you know he's done it more than once.
Oh, God, you know he's done it more than once, yeah.
Well, he's currently being held without bond at the... fuck whoever named this. Rappahannock Regional Jail. Whoever came up with that city's name is drunk. Was drunk.
That's
rather.
an Indian name.
It's a Native American. It's a Native American name.
Native American name.
So the investigation is currently active at the time of this recording.
I blame this mystery because one, it's been going on a long time, but it hasn't been as prevalent except for the 70s. It started in the 70s and 80s where it got really, really popular to do this sort of shit. And I blame Saturday Night Live or Second City, and I'm trying to find the skit for you, but it's a like a 20-minute sketch about the ladies' washroom. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And where the guy goes, they're at a restaurant. The lady goes in to use the bathroom, and another lady goes and follows her later. And he's wondering why it's taking so long. And he goes in there. He's like, fuck it, I'm just going in there. And he goes in there, and there's like a ski lodge. Okay, there's a jacuzzi. And there's this whole big thing, and it's like, oh well, we can either kill you, okay, since you've seen the inside of the women's washroom, or we can castrate you. Kill me, please. There's this entire sketch that builds up this mystery, and it's a hilarious sketch. And I noticed that sketch was very popular for a number of years. People talked about it for a long time. I can't find it though. It's either SNL or it's Second City, and it's literally like a 20-minute sketch in a fake giant women's bathroom.
That's great.
It is. Yeah, very great.
I gotta say, this is nothing new.
Sadly not.
Men and boys who are too horny for their own good or think with the wrong head.
They watch They watch Porky's too many times.
Yeah, and they just kind of get this inclination of like, yeah, I'm just gonna peep. And here's the thing, I'll be honest with you, like almost every boy does this, unless they like swing for another team or are just not interested in all, because there are those folk out there. But almost every boy tries to do this kind of shit, but most of us get over this.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Nala's eating books again.
It's fine, I'll cut that out. This whole thing just reminded me of like a memory from young Trademark's days. Back when he was a kid. I've never really been like... I've been a teenager once, but not once have I ever like actually like thought, what would be a good idea. No, I've never done it. Even as a kid, I was just like, that is the women's room, they go in there. I remember this memory of like my mother trying to make me go in there because I was a kid and it was only her and my sister in like this I think it was some kind of store, and of course my mother didn't want to leave young Trademark alone in the men's room, and come in the women's restroom. That's like, no, that's where girls go.
Girls are icky.
Girls are icky. I'm like single-digit years old. But yeah,
I'll
it's
be honest. Like, it might be that I'm just not used to it as a male growing up. But like when I had to clean out the bathrooms at the grocery store I worked at, my first job, I never liked going to the women's restroom. It always just had this nastier feel than the men's restroom.
oh, dude, I'm right there with you. I didn't want to say it at first, but fucking Christ, women. I don't mean to put you on blast here, but you claim that men are disgusting, and we are. I'm not denying that. Men are fucking gross. But
Humans
women
are gross.
Women, you're just as gross, if not a little bit more. I've had to clean y'all's bathrooms and
the only subject, the only thing I'll say on this subject is that, guys, okay, you're not as long as you think you are. Okay, step closer to the fucking toilet bowl.
Yes, please.
Or the urinal.
Or the urinals. Okay, women hovering over the seat does not prevent you from getting a disease. It just makes a fucking mess that somebody else has to clean up.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're worried that much about it, they've got the ass gaskets on there.
Right. Most of the time they have the ass gaskets, or you can do the old trick of laying toilet paper on the seat. You know, if you're that worried about it. But honestly, people, this is just a regular bodily function. We should not be this squeamish about using a public restroom and make the problem worse because we don't know how to do it. And this is another one I blame squarely on the parents, where they don't talk to their kids about proper bathroom usage outside of the house. Okay? That's never a conversation you have. You know, it's assumed that because you know how to use the bathroom in the house, then you know how to use the bathroom outside of the house. And they're different bathrooms. You have to teach this stuff. So, but yeah, it's women's bathrooms are both gross. You know, sometimes for different reasons.
I'm both sad and kind of relieved that Fanny's currently gone BRB in our recording session right now to deal with stuff on her end, because I get the feeling that she would not be thrilled talking about this subject.
I can hear her eyes rolling from here.
Anywho, before we
I can hear our audience in the future, their eyes rolling from here in the past.
From here in the past, yes.
So before we linger any further on this,
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be straight honest with you. I don't know what it is, but it's like the women's public restrooms have this funk to it that I'm like, what is that?
Ugh. Anywho, before we dwell,
and I'm fairly certain that women who have to go into the men's public restroom to clean it have the same reaction. So I'm fairly certain it is a biological function of the genders. But you know what? I'm still gonna say you don't have the right to say that we're the nastiest, because you're just as nasty.
Yeah, let's be honest. We are late. Speaking for the ladies.
There you are.
Fuck yeah, we can.
Thank you.
Moving on.
Yeah, before we dwell any further on this subject,
this could easily go down the toilet bowl, and we're not headed there.
Yeah,
boo.
Boo.
I'll boo myself. Boo.
One last thing to note on this article before we move on. I love that either he came with his own COVID mask, or the police that arrested him supplied him with one.
More than likely, they supplied him.
At least he was being responsible while peeping on ladies.
Yeah. Moving on. Okay. So we've all been annoyed in the past, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm annoyed right now.
I was annoyed. I've been annoyed several times on this particular day.
Why do I think of Domino's Pizza?
Well, have you ever been so annoyed that you blew up a neighbor's car?
Wait,
I can easily say no. I have never been that annoyed.
I've thought about it.
I've come close, but no.
Well, this man did on the week of January 28th, 2021. Okay. Now I checked and rechecked. Everyone's fine. To quote our previous episode.
All right, shouldn't we just say that this is part of the part of the disclaimer? We don't ever talk about shit where people have died.
I know, but I just got to put that up front, just in case. Because I'm trying to be better about actually reading these articles in advance and making sure that everyone's fine. Because I don't want to come up on this show and be like, and in other news.
I just read this. Go on, Trade.
Okay, so a New England man says he blew up his neighbor's car in an attempt to get revenge on them because he was, quote, annoyed by them making excessive noise.
If you want revenge on your neighbor for making excessive noise, you don't blow up their shit. What you do is you get a bigger speaker than and stuff, and you either blast some Van Halen, some Aerosmith, or get the nastiest hentai you can find and blast that shit at them. Or better yet, actual porn, like live human porn, and have that shit going for hours and hours and hours.
I would again, I recuse myself, and I am not going to tell you exactly how to do this task. Because I know how to do it because I've done it.
I would personally load up. I know someone on YouTube has made like an hour-long video that is the audio of Darude's Sandstorm. Just do that for a fucking hour. Anyway, Alexander Arsenault, 35, of Greenland, New Hampshire, pleaded guilty.
Hell of a last name.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
Isn't it ironic that someone who blew up a car has the name Arsenault? Just let that sink in for everybody while I continue.
Yeah.
He pleaded guilty in federal court on Wednesday, January 27th, to a charge of possession of an unregistered firearm in connection to the explosion, which was confirmed by U.S. Attorney Scott W. Murray. Documents show that Arsenault built a homemade explosive device made up of low explosive main charge and a non-electrical fusing system to blow up the vehicle, which was parked outside his neighbor's home.
Pipe bomb.
Hot bomb.
Pipe bomb.
So this
wow,
is
that's actually kind of impressive. The guy managed to build that.
This is.
I mean, I know you can go online. You can go online and find the instructions, or go to like the Anarchist Cookbook and get it.
You don't need it. Don't use anything from the Anarchist Cookbook. Don't.
Please don't.
Just don't. It's it's all unless you get an original first run printing, everything from that cookbook has been re-edited and you don't want to use it. Trust me.
Why do you say these things? Why do you say trust me as if you have used this book?
Because I know someone who was in possession of one of the original copies, and he compared it to the later scans of the books that were released at a later time, and the formulas are different. Okay, they were altered, and nobody's sure who altered it, but we can take a guess. So we're not going to. But don't use anything from those books.
Don't use anything from the Anarchist Cookbook, period, please.
That's just a good plan, yes.
So, quote, annoyed by what he believed to be excessive noise coming from his neighbor's home, Alex Arsenault knowingly and willingly made a homemade explosive bomb, detonated it on their property, and put his fellow citizens in fear for their lives, said Joseph R. Bonavolonta. He is a special agent in charge of the FBI division. An investigation...
You think ATF would be part of this?
You would think.
An investigation into the case said Arsenault had previously purchased items that matched evidence found at the site of the explosion. I
love this next paragraph.
A search of his home revealed Arsenault had a typed document that explained how to answer questions. What the fuck? From law enforcement regarding how to answer questions. Little typo. how to answer
had
questions from law enforcement regarding the incident. So he had a fucking script.
he did. He had a script written up. Oh my god.
So
Hey, it's no different from the police. They have rehearsed scripts whenever they get called in by IA.
So
True.
he
Very
also
true.
there were also as well as a record search showing he never registered a firearm as required under the National Firearms Act, prosecutors confirmed in the court documents below. So he had a script, and he obviously never purchased or at least never registered a firearm. Regardless, he's scheduled for sentencing on May 18th.
I will tell you an easier method how to do this that is completely legal and pretty safe. Okay? How to annoy your neighbors who are making too much noise. For about $30 to $70 on eBay, you can find an ultrasonic cleaner. It's actually a really good ultrasonic cleaner. So if you're looking for one, there it is. It's out on eBay. It's not bad. You know them. You see them in all sorts of YouTube videos where people are cleaning like automotive parts and stuff.
Okay.
Take this ultrasonic cleaner, all right, and take 2 pointed nails, okay, sticky tack them to the side of the ultrasonic cleaner, okay, so that the metal is on the metal side of the ultrasonic cleaner, okay, and then take that ultrasonic cleaner on your kitchen counter and push it into the wall and leave it there. And now turn it on. Okay? Make sure it's got fluid in it and run it for a few hours.
Yeah, clean some jewelry.
Clean some jewelry. Now, what this is going to do is all those little nails that are metal to metal to the side of the ultrasonic cleaner are going to act as noise conductors. They're going to act as what are called, they're really, really cheap noise antennas would be the best description.
Oh, boy.
So you push them against that wall, it's going to radiate part of that ultrasonic cleaner's frequency into the wall on the other side. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If your landlord did not skimp, this will do nothing because he's actually put a noise break in the thing, but you wouldn't be doing this if he had done that in the first place. But the other side of this is if they have pictures on the other side of the wall, they're going to vibrate and rattle.
And fall over.
If they have TVs on the other side of the wall, they're going to have a buzz to them. And then all you have to do is pull the ultrasonic cleaner away from the wall and put a calendar up. So,
Welcome to another session of Greymane Knows How to Do Crimes Uncomfortably Well.
Hey, that's not illegal.
That's not illegal. Absolutely not illegal.
Okay.
Totally legal to do this. Totally legal.
Okay, so I can post this on YouTube without getting in trouble. Cool.
Absolutely can.
Absolutely.
Hello, Mr. YouTube.
I mean,
Don't mind us.
What's the difference between doing that and like putting like your big stereo set speakers down on the floor for your noisy downstairs neighbors?
Correct.
Fair enough.
And blasting some fucking death metal.
There's a reason that I no longer own an 18-inch subwoofer. I had to get rid of it. I was asked politely by friends to get rid of it.
Friends, quotation marks.
Friends, yes. Interestingly, if you take an 18-inch subwoofer and take the end of it so that the cone is pointed into the concrete on the side of your basement wall, it will radiate through the earth under certain frequencies. And vibrate whatever is at the other end of the waveform.
Right. Anywho.
Sometimes neighbors are at the other end of the waveform.
Fucking Christ. One last article today. One last one. And it's not in Florida, surprisingly. Though, given what we're about to talk about, you would think it was in Florida. I want to
Oh, dear.
Oh, man.
That good?
Well, man with chainsaw chases McDonald's employee, steals food and drink.
Very
Are they filming?
Was he wearing a mask made out of human skin?
I knew one of you
Are
would.
they are they filming a sequel to Falling Down?
So this happened last year, but fuck it, it's December 16th, 2020. Fuck it, I still gotta read this shit. I want to preface this by saying it's amazing that...
He has to read it, we have to listen to it.
Yeah, I want to preface this by saying it's amazing that no one got hurt. Like, holy shit. So a man has been arrested after entering a McDonald's establishment and stealing food before chasing employees with a chainsaw. The incident occurred approximately 3:30 p.m. at a McDonald's franchise in Portland, Maine, where the Westbrook Police Department received a report that a male suspect was chasing people with a chainsaw. According to an investigation by the Westbrook Police Department, the suspect, 26-year-old Alice Sweet of Portland, Maine. There's your first problem. His name is Alice. He entered the McDonald's with a chainsaw and went behind the counter where employees were actively preparing food. Sweet then reportedly revved the chainsaw intermittently before stealing a drink and some food. I just remember that fucking Sweet Tooth has a chainsaw, so it's fucking like... The man's last name is Sweet and he has a chainsaw. It's Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal.
Oh, good God.
Oh, man. When the manager confronted this... Sorry, go on.
But did he take an apple pie?
No idea. Quote, when the manager confronted the suspect in the parking lot, the suspect began chasing the manager with the chainsaw, authorities said in a statement on social media. The suspect also used the chainsaw to damage two vehicles that were at the restaurant. I almost said in the restaurant for some reason. Responding officers were quickly able to locate the suspect near a tire store close to the McDonald's when they arrived on the scene. The suspect subsequently attempted to run from police on foot, but was caught and arrested without further incident just a short distance away, according to the Westbrook Police Department. Sweet was charged with robbery, criminal mischief, refusing to submit to arrest, and violation of conditions of release. No injuries were reported in the incident, thank God, and authorities did not disclose Sweet's motives in the theft and attack. The investigation is currently ongoing.
There's so much to unpack here.
Yes, let's start, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, good Lord.
Okay, first of all, dude, if you're gonna take a chainsaw to somewhere, okay, and steal something, a McDonald's is like low tier.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're gonna do a chainsaw crime, okay, make it worthwhile. All right.
Like, fuck. Go to Burger King.
Those McNuggets are not worth chainsaw time. They are not. You will spend more in gas for the two cycle for the chainsaw than it would cost to just buy your goddamn McNuggets.
Yeah,
okay, you will.
Like,
second,
what?
Chainsaw.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to, like, really step into this guy's fucking mindset. It's just like, was it a case of, man, I'm really hungry, but I've only got $3 in my pocket. I could order from the dollar menu at the McDonald's, but those burgers are small. I want something more. I know.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. If he'd gone in the morning, he could easily get a whole chicken biscuit and a large drink for under $3.
Well, here's the thing. He went at 3:30 p.m. Fanny.
So not breakfast time. Yeah,
No.
fucking dollar menu, dude. Just get a fucking medium fry. Get a 6-piece nugget.
So
there are cheaper options.
I'm telling you, the gas alone. Okay, we pay. I just paid $2.37 a gallon. Okay, at a gas station.
Yep.
All right, you're gonna use up. I don't know how much gas and chainsaw oil. Okay, because you can't run those. You can't run a 2-cycle without oil.
Nope.
All right, and oil is going to be another $3-4. You've got $5 into this with just the chainsaw. $5 that could have bought you food. It's just, this makes no sense. None.
No, it does not. I wish we had more information. I really do. Like, I want to know what this is about. Violation of conditions of release. Is that code for violation of probation?
Yes.
I
It's
don't know.
It is a probation violation.
Okay.
He has done something that this guy is clearly on probation, or he is, and sometimes okay, I hate that this shows how much I know about like release, how former convicts do shit, but essentially, after a convicted felon, or even someone who just spent some time in the fucking in just a jail, just a county jail, whether it's county jail or fucking prison, when a convicted felon is released, they're not full released immediately. They have to do probation. Obviously, they have a condition in which they are able to be released into the public. Those conditions vary. For minor offenses, that's fucking, community service, picking trash off the ground, going to certain centers and performing a task there. Whatever the court has ordered you to do in order for you to remain a free person, you go and you do it. And they also tell you, by the way, you can't own guns, knives, or other horrible weapon or anything else that can be a weapon. And you certainly cannot attack someone, threaten someone, or otherwise cause a public disturbance, because that'll be a violation of your probation or a violation of your terms of release.
Yep.
If you violate these terms, your ass going back into pokey. This moron clearly had some sort of prior conviction on his record, and now he's going the fuck back to the pokey. Probably for longer.
Yep. All because he had the munchies and wanted it for free. Or some shit. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more to unpack here. But we don't have the key to the suitcase.
We don't have the data.
We don't
have the data.
I don't really even want to at this point. I mean, I'm just like, I'm done with humanity right now.
Shirley has become fucking Professor Farnsworth or whatever that guy's name is from Futurama. I don't want to live
on this planet anymore. It's Farnsworth.
Thank you. I got it right. Yay. Anyway, we're done. That's another reason to say yay tonight. Oh boy. I feel like we peaked at Penis Man and then we just went on a downward spiral.
It is the train wreck.
I am totally not clicking on any of these links in this article, which lead to other articles.
No.
There's other articles that are looking at these links. I'm like, no. Just no. I've closed my browser. I'm done.
You're just. I don't want to invite this evil into my house. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole.
I have lived this madness. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Let's go and watch some Disney movies.
Yeah. So, folks, this has been another episode of Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio, all fandom all the time. With me here tonight has been RandomGreymane.
Chaotic fun!
No, chaotic stupid.
Sherlock. Christ. And TheFangirl.
Please remember, always call the customer before you arrive to ensure you have the right house.
And spay and neuter your clowns.
Spay and neuter your clowns. And blast porn at its loudest setting on your speakers.
So folks, once again, our theme song was created by Marivex, and our banner was created by Court Awesome. You can find both of their social medias in the description below, and you can find my co-hosts' social media in the description below, as well as the Trainwreck social media. You can also find all the links to every one of these articles that we've covered on tonight's show. And with that, my name is Trademark, and good night.